Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club, the only book club where we don't always talk about books. And don't worry, today we're not talking about books. We are talking about King and Conqueror, the new show on BBC. Don't worry, I know it's not that new anymore, but these things take time. Editing's a long process and I've been working a lot, so bear with me. If you are on this channel, I am going to assume that you are familiar to some extent with the events that led up to the Battle of Hastings in 1066. So this review is going to be more of a character study, and I plan to talk through my thoughts on each episode, but let me start by saying the music in this show was amazing. It gave Lord of the Rings straight away. And also, first thing I noticed was this is going to be a male viewer show, and that didn't bother me too much. I like a good battle sequence as much as the next person, probably more than most women, so I was fine with that. But I knew by the end of the first episode this show is going to be dramatic for the sake of being dramatic. Matilda giving birth in a ditch, Edith's secret pregnancy. Why is all this in here? The first episode is called Invasion. William of Normandy seems intelligent and settled in who he is. However, his wife Matilda seems unhinged. The scene where she is torturing William is freaky, but straight away, Lady Emma was my favourite character. A woman who was queen twice over of the same country. What a flex. Cersei Lannister, eat your heart out. But her son, Edward the Confessor, seems almost simple. Harold Godwinson seems a bit hot-headed and young, and I have a feeling his family might act like background characters to set this whole thing up. I really wanted to see more of Broomhilda. Edith, Harold's wife, seems like standard medieval woman trope. Let's see where it goes, but I thought it was a good setup episode. It gave the show room to maneuver. Which way is it gonna go? It had me interested. I watched the second episode. The second episode was called Sins of the Father. We find out that Harold Sr. killed the Atheling, Emma's oldest son and heir to the throne. That was a good twist, and I was really happy to see more of Broomhilda this episode. Her personality really shone through. And Broomhilda makes a determined effort to be loyal to her family this episode, and you see that she's also quite playful. I thought William the Conqueror's struggle to accept parenthood was unneeded and filler, really stupid in my opinion. I was starting to get a really bad feeling about this show trying to be Game of Thrones. Episode 3 is called Brothers. This episode felt like filler, and the Bath assassination scene with the naked fight was so stupid. I started really losing interest. I forced myself to watch episode 4 called So Be It. Okay, this episode jumps forward in time and I felt hope, but then it got really unrealistic when Edward the Confessor, this holy man, beats his mother, Lady Emma, to death. And even though this episode was good and shocking, it felt so Game of Thrones. Why be shocking and lie when the truth will do? William the Conqueror killing the French king was also really over the top, and the way they introduced the Danes was so evil, Viking, we are coming, we have beards, oh, we do not believe in Christianity. And I was done. I couldn't make myself watch anymore. The show had lost me and I simply couldn't get into it. I gave it a week and thought, you know what, I'll try episode 5. But then when it came time, I didn't want to waste my time on that episode. So IMDb gave this 5.6 out of 10 and Rotten Tomatoes gave it 55%. And that feels overly generous to me. I mean, I would give it a 3 out of 10 if I'm honest. I couldn't bring myself to even finish it. It had been dolled up to be more dramatic than it needed to be when a true story would have done. And even though it looked really good, it was overkill. I felt like it was second screen viewing. They were trying to keep the audience's attention. I would rather have plot development, please. Until next time, subscribe to this channel. I have lots of book reviews, movie reviews, TV show reviews. I love historical fiction. That's one of our main focuses on this channel. We also do a bit of sci-fi, a bit of autobiographies, a bit of everything. Until next time, go and conquer England. Bye!